Good evening, everyone. If you're ready, we'll start with the press conference for the Laboral Kutxa match. First, an assessment from Caser and then questions. Congratulations whenever you won. It's been a difficult match. We knew that here it's a difficult venue to achieve winning, but we were doing well for 40 minutes and we're really happy with this result. Questions for the player? You need the microphone and you have to state your name and the company that you represent.
Bueno, Fabián, felicidades.
Fabián, congratulations. It's 4-2 and it's winning Barca over there and Real Madrid over here. How do you feel about all this, about this beautiful story? I think the answer is here with the coach. He doesn't allow us to relax. There are many matches, and that is a lot, but 4-2, it's a wonderful result after 6 matches. The team is playing quite well. We defend for 40 minutes, and that's the way you can win against any team. More questions? How did you see the reaction from Real Madrid when they got so close and you were so calm, so you were up again? It was a key moment. It was like with Barcelona. We were ahead most of the match, and at the end they got closer. But we did the same as Barcelona. The team came out to defend. We didn't make it easy. And we also scored some important shots. The two of Adams at the end were very motivating. But it was like that for most of the match. Okay? Okay, thank you, Fabián. So we continue now with the press conference and now the assessment from the coach. Good evening, everyone. I think it was a very important match for both teams. We played from the beginning seriously. We had a bit of a problem with the losses at the offensive rebounds. But these two things, we worked on it, and that's where we started improving. I think we controlled the match all to the way to the fourth quarter when Madrid was 1 down. But that's normal when you play with a team which has such a tremendous offensive ability that provide a series of swords. That's the things that happen. But we were able enough to get the match. There's so many matches left in this competition with great teams. We are well, but things can go south as well. Next match seems as one of the key ones because we cannot lose at home with teams that can be on the fight. Because if we lose at home, these winnings away with such powerful teams as Madrid and Barcelona will not be as weighted as they are now. Questions for the coach? Congratulations, of course, and further the 4-2 as a development of coach and game, because you were able to start with 3-pointers. When the 3-pointers were not there, you were able to play differently. The defense, Dimani, Borussis, Bertels, there are a number of names. I would like for you to comment something on it. Well, what do you want me to say? When you win, it seems that we are wonderful, and when we lose, it's like we are all bad, like what happens against Murcia. Suddenly, you're pretty high up, and when you get hit, you're not that good anymore. So we have to enjoy tonight, and tomorrow we'll have to think about Sunday's match against Valencia, and to keep on doing the good work, because thinking it too much is nice, but you have to keep your head straight. Is something that you didn't like from your team today? Because it seemed like it was better than Real Madrid and the Lions. Is there anything better? Of course, you can always improve. You cannot lose 4 or 5 balls in a quarter. You cannot allow so many offensive rebounds in a quarter. These things you have to work on. But when you play with such powerful teams, it's obvious that you're gonna make mistakes, and the other team is also going to have some things done right. So it's not going to be easy. We had a good match, no doubt. Otherwise, you wouldn't win in this venue. So I repeat it. It's just one match. They're quite able to win us in Vitoria, and they had the possibility in the Liga to win over us. You say that it's just one match, but you played 4 times against Barca and Madrid. You won 4th, you won Chesca as well. So Gascogne is no longer one of the last ones, he's one of the favorites now. Well, I think in a group with such huge potential, we cannot be favorites. It's very matched out. Right now we won 2 matches away, but we lost one against Olympiacos home. And each match is decisive. We cannot kid ourselves. I think we're able to win in any venue, but we can lose in any venue as well, and we proved it throughout the season. We lost matches against Tenerife the other day with Murcia. Good teams, but it's not the level of teams that we face in this competition. Anyone can win us. They just have to work, and if you don't work, you can lose. It's as simple as that. Regarding a player like Bertans, what do you think he can get in the area, in the correct setup? Because he was doing quite well. Right. He has talked with the doctors that he only plays 1 match per week until he's fully recovered. He did quite a good match, especially at the beginning. He gave us a lot of oxygen, but he's been out for 10 months and we don't want to burn him. Okay? Okay, thank you. Good evening again. We'll start the press conference of the Real Madrid match. First, the assessment from Nan Gomez, and then questions for the player. Well, defeat at home. We made a great effort. We were almost 15 points below, but we were proud and we work hard. An intense defense. There are many matches ahead. We have to be positive, and we're going to give everything in the remaining matches, both away and home. And we have to be ambitious and positive. Questions for the player? Hello, Billy. There are many matches, most of them away. We have to think about what is ahead and forget about this. Well, we have to see the good things we did, correct the mistakes. We had a derby this Sunday, and we have to look ahead and be positive and to be focused. It's a derby at home. It's a special match. We have to win it and to keep on progressing in the defense. We're in a good path. Any more questions for the player? Okay, thank you, Billy. We continue now with the press conference, the assessment from the coach, Pablo Lasso. Okay, good evening. Congratulate Baskonia for the win. The beginning of the match was quite equal, as the score says in the first quarter. From that moment onwards, I believe the 3-pointers from their open, the score, they provide a lot of confidence for them in the match. And then the third quarter was when, especially with the beginning, we had some clear open shots. They got 8-9 points, and from that moment we had to change the pace of the match. Somehow we fought a lot to try and get back on the game, but there was a moment for me which was clear with 63-64. But because of that effort, we didn't keep it cool, and we had some mistakes, both defensively and offensively, and they opened it again. To congratulate them, they were very aggressive, very tough, and it was hard for us throughout the better part of the match to maintain that toughness and being that focus. When you see the statistics, at the end, the 3-pointers percentage, ours, is what damaged us more in a match where at the end they won and they deserve it. Questions for Pablo? There was a moment in the match when you were unfocused because of the referees. Well, not so much, I think. It's a team playing right on the border of the fall, Baskonia. We knew we had to be aggressive to provoke those falls. In a given moment we did it, other times not so much. But right now I don't think about it. To talk about referees now is absurd. I have to watch the match. I think more about the mistakes, some offensive rebounds that they got, and one-on-one defensively, and our mistakes a bit hurried in the attack. It was key, especially after 63-64 with just 5 minutes, and we were already back in the game. They knew how to play better those last few minutes. I'd like to ask about Felipe. He had a problem in the shoulder and he couldn't play anymore. How's he? Let's say it's not our best moment regarding injuries. He got a hit in the shoulder, he was hurting. Then on the following moment, he was a bit there. We have to see the evolution right now, the hit of it, and knowing Felipe, he's probably not feeling very well, not being able to go back in. Let's see how it evolves, knowing that we play in less than 48 hours. Since the beginning of the season, Madrid doesn't have 3 weeks of very good results and good matches. What is missing from the team? What do they need to do to improve? I think those are two questions. Good matches and results. If you take it to results, I think we had moments with 3 weeks in a row with good results. That was December. Regarding good matches, good game, I always say the team has to do better, always. It was a complicated season from the beginning. I believe on the team, and I always think our best game is always ahead. In spite of the defeat, it seems that the team is better in the defense. They came out quite intense all the way to the break. In the defense, they were doing quite well. Maybe they lost because of the mistakes in defensive actions. Is this something you consider is good regarding the next few matches, which are a bit complex, that improvement in the defense? As I always say, it's really difficult to assess just based on the result. I have to be guided on the things that we do well and the things that we do poorly. Sometimes we got a lot of scores and they said that we have a wonderful defense. I don't think we had a tremendously good defensive match today. We had some mistakes that were dear. And today, offensively, we're not as fine-tuned. There were many shots open, we had good situations, but sometimes we were a bit in a hurry. So my assessment is that this match should teach us for the future. We're going to face this team again in the second leg of this top 16 and for sure in the Endesa League. And we know it's a complicated team, they're patient, and that makes it to be very constant offensively and defensively. Last two questions. Pablo, before this marathon of home matches started, you mentioned the importance of winning at home. After this, you had 2 defeats and 2 wins. How do you face this, the remaining with so many matches away? Well, let's see. Independently of winning today or losing, there are the same amount of matches left, 8. There are 3. So if we win all the remaining 8, it will be the first ones. That's a really positive understanding of the situation. If we don't win any of them, we're out. Really negative. I think the group, and we're seeing that in the results, it's quite equal. And now more than ever, we should go into the famous sentence of let's go match by match. Today, this is it, this is done. We go to Moscow to play against Khimki, and they won us twice in the first group. And right now we just have to think about Khimki's match. There's a lot left in this group. We know how equal different teams are. That if we would have won the 2 ones at home and have 5 ones, we would lost everything else. We wouldn't be in either. So right now, and that's the way the group is, I believe it makes us understand that each match is like a final match. This is the EuroLeague. So we got the limit on the first stage, and then you remember the group with the level. Now 6 games out of 8 away. I don't know if you remember this savage competition. It's like that every year, and always your team is at right at the limit. Yep, it's not an easy way. Right from the beginning of the season. Well, saying better would be absurd. I would like it easier, but I'm quite aware of the difficulty the first group had. That's the way it was. We had to win the last 3 matches to go next. We did that. Now we have 8. We're playing against the finest teams in Europe, and no match is win or lost yet. As I told the guys once, we are the champions, and when you are the champion, everyone wants, I'm not going to say it, a bit of you, so to speak. So right now we're in a very equal group. That's our situation. The road so far has been difficult, but we have to keep on growing as a team, to keep on competing and to keep on winning. Okay, thank you.